Hi, this is Stacy Sanchez from Heart Prince of God, and I have been reading in the book of Mark, and I have just been taking my time going slow, and Holy Spirit has been revealing and showing and teaching and correcting and just drawing me near to God, near to God, nearer to God. And what a beautiful time to be reading it during this season when our hearts have been on the journey of Jesus Christ as a man and the cross and the crucifixion. And yesterday I was reading in, like I said, the book of Mark, but I was in chapter 8 specifically. And every day God has a certain line, a certain word, a certain verse, a certain thought that just, and the only way I can explain it is it just jumps off the page. It's just bigger than life. It's all consuming, really, truth that God just brings out of the word. And yesterday it was from Mark 8, and I want to say it was like 31, 37. It was somewhere towards the end there, and I'll try to put that in the comments of this video. But what it was it was talking about Jesus was trying to give the disciples a heads up, and he was trying to tell them, like, this is what's going to be coming. It was right after Jesus pronounced, Jesus said to the disciples, who do people say that I am? And they said, well, some say that you're, John the Baptist, some say you're this. And then Jesus says, no, who do you say that I am? Who do you say that I am? And then Peter said, well, you are the Christ, right? Right after that, then Jesus starts to tell them about what's going to be coming, his death on the cross. But the word that captured my attention, and I was reading it out of the CSB, the Christian Standard Bible, CSB, and the way that it worded it there was, it said that it was necessary that Christ endured, like the rejection and the pain and the sorrow, all of it. It was necessary that he was going to go through all of that up and through the cross. And we know that it was, right? Because our salvation is found in no other than Jesus Christ and his death on the cross. But what hit me was that word that it was necessary. All the suffering, all the hurt, all the rejection, all of the everything that Christ endured when he was here on earth, every single bit of it was necessary. It was necessary. And it reminded me of a truth that I've known for a long time, and that's with God, nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Everything in our life, God can take it and use it, and it can be a necessary step in the process. It can be a necessary bend in the road. It can be a necessary unveiling, a necessary teaching, a necessary positioning and placing of. With God, it's all necessary to bring about his purpose. And so I guess what I'm trying to say through all of that is look into your life and the things that you are having a hard time understanding, the places that make you question what God is doing, or the places that you can't imagine how you're there, or what good could come from them. Look and see them as something that could be necessary. That's what I've been doing in my life. All the things that were necessary to bring me to this place where I'm at right now. If we can trust that our God is a good God, which we know he is, if we can trust that he's all love all the time, if we can trust that he's all knowing all the time, then we can trust that every single thing that's happening is necessary. It's necessary. And if we know that it's necessary, it makes it a little bit easier to endure it, to embrace it, and to walk through it. I had a friend that had cancer, and I'm not saying that God gave her that cancer, but she saw it as a necessary way for God to open doors for her to speak to people and to minister to them. When she would go in for chemo, she would sit down by somebody she didn't know, and she would ask them, how are you getting through this? And they would tell her, and then she would say, let me tell you how I'm getting through it. And she would take that necessary opportunity, chemo, which was necessary for her cancer, and she would use it to tell people about God. Everything is necessary. God is orchestrating all the details of everything. And if we can trust him, even with the things that we can't even imagine how he could use, we can have a peace knowing that it's necessary. And we can trust God that it's necessary. Look up the word necessary and just soak in that word necessary, and trust God that whatever he's doing in your life is necessary. And here's the thing too, and I think sometimes we forget this, or we don't always focus on this either. The necessary thing God is doing may not be for us, about us, or anything to do with us. Maybe the necessary thing he's doing in us and through us is for those who are watching us, for those who are walking out this life with us, for those who are going to see God in a way through it because of something that happens to us. It's like Good Friday, right? It was necessary for God to do that. It wasn't good for him, but it was good for us. And that's where the necessary lied. So today, just soak that in your heart and just let God speak to you on that. I know he's still speaking to me on it, and he probably will be for a long time, because I can tell this is the tip of the iceberg of what he wants me to learn in and through that. But I just had to share that with God. It's necessary, and we can trust him in that. All right, keep looking for those heart prints and have a beautiful, blessed day.